great gift of life. We acknowledge that there are too many in our country, in our state, in our cities, in our world, who have not respected life and who have committed the sin of abortion, have snuffed out the life that God wanted to grow and to be like you, to make their contribution to the world, but they never had the chance. But what does God do? God still reaches out in mercy to those who snuffed out those lives. Those who commit this great sin suffer inside very, very deeply. And so we want to pray for them, asking them to open their hearts, to be converted, to turn to God who loves them, to seek His mercy, to rejoice in His love.
My name is Nicole Varela. I graduated from Maryville High School, and I'm currently a master's student at Erickson Institute. I invite you to all try and remember your first day of 5th grade. And if I may, let me invite you to my first day of 5th grade. I walk into this brick building that smells, that smell of the first day of school. I can hear my shoes squeak on the wet cafeteria floor, and right before I can hear my best friend call out to me, I realize that my class is on the other end of the building. I walk into my classroom and I know no one. My class has 2 teachers. On the board it says the day's activities. I can read the spelling words. I can still see them in my mind. At and the 5th grade. I have been formally labeled as dyslexic. My experience with dyslexia is like scribbles that come through my pen onto the paper that make some disjointed syllable, which my teachers call letters, that make words that somehow are able to form sentences that people can read. It doesn't make sense to me, even now, as I try and read my script that I have prepared. As I reflect on these aspects that led me to this place, that led me to this special education classroom, I can remember my 4th grade elementary school teacher. I brought to her a book, a Goosebumps book, and I was so excited to read it. I came up to her, I looked her in the eyes and said, "This is the book I would like to read during, reading time." And she looked at me and she laughed. And she said, "No, Nicole, you can't read this. You have to read the books with the blue sticker on them." Like a blue sticker, a blue reading level sticker could determine what I could and how I couldn't do. I carried that with me. What I could and couldn't do, onto my next grade. Sitting in science class with the general education students, having to sit there and listen to them laugh behind me, beside me, making fun of the fact that I had no control over this disability. I had no control that I was born with dyslexia. But yet they found it justifiable to say, "Ha, ha, 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 you're in special ed." And it took me a long time to realize that it was not my fault that I was different. These experiences of being undermined and bullied have truly brought me to a life of mercy and compassion. In my experience, mercy means to do my best to be aware of the biases and the prejudgments that I bring into my classroom, into my community. But my grandfather's words still ring in my ears. My grandfather who was an immigrant from Mexico, who came here with a 4th grade education, and he would drive me to my school every day, him and my father, with the words, "Be somebody." And I took that, be somebody, wherever I go. Now that I'm in a master's program, be somebody, a program that I was not supposed to be able to reach. I wasn't even supposed to get through college, but I did, and I just didn't get through college. I graduated from the Purdue University Calumet, now Northwest, honors program, honors college, with academic honors. Really focus on the things in your life that you struggle with, and put every effort to be your best, to be somebody, because that is where you will find mercy. When you look into yourself and realize that mercy is contagious. It spreads wherever it is planted. And I take mercy when I go to Nicaragua and I work in a squatter community with children living without running water, living without necessary medical attention, living without adequate schools. I take that to my work in Chicago, where I work at Erickson Institute with the Fussy Baby Network, empowering parents who have children with challenges with eating, sleeping, and crying. And I even bring that here with me today, to be somebody. Now I want to encourage you to all, and for all of you, to look into yourselves and to be somebody. Be somebody with compassion. Be somebody who carries around kindness. Because it's important to remember that mercy and compassion and general kindness isn't just for people who look like us, or who speak like us, or who even believe what we believe in. But mercy and compassion are for the least of our people. Thank you.
Is Andrean High School, a climate school from Maryville. Bishop Noel Institute is Our Lady of Grace in Highland. St. Casper School in Hammond. St. John the Baptist in Whiting. St. John Bosco in Hammond. St. John the Evangelist in St. John. St. Mary's School in Crown Point. St. Mary's School in Griffin. And St. Michael the Archangel School. St. Thomas